Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Nanny Joanne. Have you ever been at a job where the kids aren't quite as responsive as you'd like them to be? Do you have a kid who's super stubborn, wants nothing to do with you, gives you the stank eye, like, oh, you're here again? That is honestly the worst. You don't want to go into work feeling like, oh my God, why doesn't my kid like me? I think I'm super cool. We do fun things, but he's not responsive to me. What's his deal? Well, on today's video, I'm going to talk to you about a couple topics that may have your wheels start to turn and may have you realize, wow, yeah, I'm not doing these things. Perhaps this is why he's not responding well to me. This video is more so for new nannies transitioning into new families. So obviously during the interview, the parents are going to give you a little bit of background on the kid or children that you're going to be taking care of. They're going to tell you what their interests are, how they like to spend their time, etc. So do your homework. If they're interested in dinosaurs, maybe do some research on some popular dinosaurs like T-Rex, Stegosaurus, the ones that fly like the pterodactyls, the water ones. And then he might be like, oh my gosh, he knows dinosaurs. Let me show you. And then you start to learn like that. If they like cars, be familiar with the popular sports cars, the fast ones, the ones that are for races. For girls, if they know princesses, make sure you know your princesses. The Rapunzel, the Belle, the Cinderella. Make sure you have some information. And you know, which one wears which, who wears the yellow dress? Is it Cinderella? Is it Belle? You know, make sure that you know, because if not, they're going to be like, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. It's this one. How do you not know that? Now, they may not like any of those things. They may be an active child who enjoys sports. Now, if they enjoy sports, trust me, you're going to be an outdoors person all throughout the year. They're going to be wanting to play hockey, football, basketball, soccer, baseball. They're going to want to be outdoors and be active. If you are not the type of nanny that enjoys running around, you're gonna have a hard one with that, because the kid is not gonna be like, because the kid's not gonna want to play by himself, and they might have a younger sibling who's not into it, or they may be an only child. So how is he supposed to play by himself? I don't know. I don't think that there's many sports that are a one-man team. I guess swimming. I don't know. No, if he's active, take your butt outside and play with him and win him over that way. Now, there are going to be kids who are bookworms and are into arts and crafts, and that's fine. Just make sure that you go on Pinterest or Google or YouTube and you look up fun activities to keep them interested. After some time, if the kid is not responsive to you, take a look into what your routine is like. Is it pretty boring and mundane? Are the same days repetitive? Are you going there? All right, kids, breakfast. All right, kids, brush your teeth, get dressed. All right, let's have, 30 minutes or an hour of screen time. All right, screen time's over. All right, looks like it's time for a morning snack. All right, next. All right, go ahead, play by yourselves. I'll be here prepping lunch. Just make it fun, make it interesting. If you are allowed to take your kids out, go outside to the parks, go to the libraries, museums, indoor playgrounds. There's so many things that you can do. And trust me, you do not want to stay indoors all day with children. It'll drive you bonkers. Be fun, be proactive, go on Groupon, check out deals. The parents will appreciate it, and so will the kids. And for you, peace of mind, you will definitely appreciate that. Because in most of these times when you go to places like this, they're going to be like, oh my God. And they're going to whoosh, just go. They're going to want to go on the computer, want to do books, want to go on the mat, want to jump around, make friends. So you get a little bit of peace and quiet time, which is always appreciated as a nanny. Another thing that you can do if your child isn't being responsive to you is simply talk to the child. I'm really big on communicating, and I believe that you can go a long way by simply using your words and communicating. If you notice that, they're looking at you sideways, or that they're not paying attention to you and they're just doing like one of these, be like, hey, Tim, what's going on? Like, what do you want to do? Are you bored? What do you think that we can do to make it more of a fun day? And you will be surprised at how many things the kids can come up with. But of course, you're always going to have those kids. They're going to be like, I don't know, it's so boring. Everything is boring. Then that's when you can give them some options. If they are unresponsive to any of those options, give them some time. And you know what sometimes works? Start doing something on your own and make it seem like you're having a ball. You know, take a toilet, take a toy, take a puzzle, read a book with enthusiasm, and they might creep up and be like, what are you doing? Can I play? It might work. If it's getting to the point where you really don't know what to do, try talking to the parents. I had a young girl that I was watching, and the mom would tell me that she would have more fun with her previous babysitter. Now that was like a stab in the back for me. I was like, oh my gosh, she had more fun with her previous babysitter? I thought we were having fun. Long story short, the little girl wanted to do more fun arts and crafts. Now we were doing arts and crafts, but apparently she wasn't enjoying them like I thought she was. So I went on Pinterest and I looked up so many different activities, and I let her choose which one she wanted to do. And of course, I was also partaking. So an example that really happened is that I looked up arts and crafts to make butterflies out of coffee filters. I took out 3 coffee filters, 2 for her and 1 for me. We did it. She had a ball. We were hands-on. It was colorful. We used the water to make the markers expand, and it just came out so fun. And we ended up playing with those filters for like 30 minutes. And when her mother came home, she was so excited to show her what she had done. And at the end of the day, her mother told me that the little girl told her that she wished the day hadn't ended. It was a great step in the right direction, but a little bit of research goes a long way. I got off track, but if the kid is not being responsive to you when you ask them, hey, what's going on? Like I said earlier, talk to the parents. The kid may feel a little bit more comfortable expressing himself to the parents, or the parents may know exactly how to address the issue. So tell the parents, hey, I noticed that Tim, he's not having as much fun as we used to. I think he may be going through some issues. Can you try to talk to him and maybe give me some ideas on how we may have a more fun, happy, productive day? Because whenever I ask him, he's not really giving me much to go off of. If your kids aren't being responsive to you, don't go out to Target or Walmart or your nearest toy store and buy them kids and be like, oh my God, Tim, look at what I got you. This super cool, blah, blah, blah. They're going to be like, okay, cool, thanks. Boof, take it and play. But did you change anything besides giving him a toy? No. Did you fix your relationship? No. Did you figure out what you guys can do together as a team? No. So bribes, toys, extra snacks, that's not the way to a kid's heart, okay? You need to figure out what they want to do. And if you're stumped, there is a great book up there that I will link right up here. It's called the 5 different love languages, and they have it for adults, for teenagers, and for children. So I highly recommend that book. It's a great book. I personally have read the 5 love languages of adults, and I am currently reading the 5 love languages of children. I know that as a nanny, not every day you wake up and you're like, oh my God, today I'm going to go to the park, today I'm going to do this, today I'm going to be super active. You're going to have your off days. Maybe if you're a woman, it's your menstrual cycle, or you just had an argument, or you're just not feeling like yourself. So I know that not every day is going to be a super fun, exciting day, but try to be consistent, try to be fun, try to be energetic, because children and people, they're going to feed off of your energy. So if you're like, or if all you guys do is watch TV, they're going to be bored, and they're going to be a direct reflection of you. And trust me, the parents are going to notice. Don't be shy or afraid to go back into your mind and revert back to being a child. Don't be afraid or embarrassed to play on the monkey bars or to go down the slides. Be fun. I love being a nanny because I feel like it keeps me young. I have played in the mud. I have touched insects. I have gone down slides that I don't fit in. I have been running laps around jungle gyms with 10 kids behind me. I have climbed trees. I have done obstacle courses with them. I have gone on trampolines. When we go to indoor playgrounds, I am working a sweat. Just be fun, and they'll appreciate that. Kids want somebody to relate to them. I know that a lot of adults may or may not play with kids, but all the time they tell me, "Are you an adult? No, you're a kid." And they especially think that I'm a kid because I'm petite. I'm only 5 feet tall. So they're like, "You're not an adult. Adults are bigger," or "Adults don't really play with us the way you play with us," which I take those as all compliments, because that means that my kid loves me, I'm doing a great job, and he sees me as one of him, as a peer. But when it's time to put my foot down, they also respect that, and they know where I draw the line. Now, as a nanny, we spend much of our time, if we're full-time, with the children. Sometimes 40 hours a week, sometimes 60 hours a week. And if you're working more than 40 hours a week, you may be with them for 12 hours, let's say from like 7 to 7, or from like 8 to 6. So you're spending a lot of time with these kids. But remember, quality over quantity. All right, guys, if you can relate to any of these things that I mentioned, please give me a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you guys all next time with more nanny tips and tricks from yours truly, Nanny Joanne.